Hello, friends, and welcome back to Eclectic Knowledge and our series Compelling Stories for a Dinner Party. I'm your host, Christopher James, and tonight we'll look at a strange castle in Florida that may have been built using the magic of the pyramids, a devastating 16th century archaeological hoax that ruined several careers, and a search for hidden gold that led to the late night murders of 11 people at the Mission San Miguel in 1848. So, light the fondue, dip some fruit, and let's get into it. Nestled between the vibrant cities of Homestead and Leisure City in the sun-drenched lands of Miami-Dade County, Florida, lies a monument to love, mystery, and human ingenuity. Welcome to Coral Castle, a labyrinth complex sculpted from oolite limestone, each piece a silent witness to a tale of heartbreak, resilience, and the unyielding power of the human spirit. This is a story that begins with a man named Edward Leedskalnin, a Latvian immigrant whose broken heart led him to create one of the world's most enigmatic structures. Born in 1887 in Latvia, Edward was a man of modest means, but possessed an extraordinary mind. His world turned upside down when his young fiancée, Agnes Skovitz, a mere 16 to his 26, left him standing alone at the altar, her absence a silent echo that would follow him across the seas to America. Battling the twin demons of heartbreak and tuberculosis, Edward's journey to America was as much a flight from his past as it was a quest for healing. Legend has it that it was here, amidst the hustle and bustle of the New World, that Edward's fortunes began to change, with magnets playing a mysterious role in his recovery. Settling in Florida, Edward began to carve his legacy out of the very stone of the earth. By night, under the cloak of darkness, he toiled away in solitude, his only companions the massive blocks of oolite, not actual coral, that he crafted into walls, towers, and sculptures. Witnesses claimed that the stones moved like hydrogen balloons under Edward's deft touch, a claim that only deepened the mystery of Coral Castle. Over 28 years, Edward sculpted a world of imagination. Towering stones stood guard like sentinels, a stone gate swung with the touch of a finger, and furniture carved from solid rock invited guests who would never come. Each piece a testament to the man who claimed to know the secrets of the pyramids. Within the stone walls of Coral Castle, Edward Leedskalnin's sculptures stand as silent sentinels of stone, each piece a marvel of engineering and artistry. The largest of these stones weighs a staggering 30 short tons, equivalent to the weight of 20 cars, and stands tall at 25 feet, a monolith of determination and precision. Among the sculptures is a massive 9-ton gate, so finely balanced that it could once be pushed open with the mere touch of a finger, a testament to Edward's mastery over stone and physics. The furnishings at Coral Castle are no less remarkable. From a heart-shaped table, a symbol of lost love, to chairs carved in the shape of crescent moons, and an elaborate throne, each piece is hewn from single blocks of oolite limestone, their weight averaging 15 short tons each. Edward's living quarters, a 2-story tower within the castle, showcased walls made from 8-foot-high stones, meticulously cut and fitted without the use of mortar, so precise that not a sliver of light pierces through the joints. The community around Edward, a blend of early Floridian settlers and curious onlookers, watched in silent awe and bewilderment as Coral Castle rose from the ground. Rumors swirled, some whispered of supernatural abilities, while skeptics scoffed, unable to reconcile the monumental achievements with Edward's solitary, secretive toil. The air was thick with speculation. How could one man, barely 5 feet tall and weighing a mere 100 pounds, manipulate these gargantuan stones with such apparent ease? Conflict, too, was not absent from Edward's narrative. His refusal to reveal his techniques bred skepticism and envy among his neighbors. Some saw him as a wizard, meddling with forces beyond human ken, while others viewed him as a charlatan, guarding non-existent secrets. Yet Edward remained undeterred, his focus unwavering, his mission clear in his mind, if mysterious to others. As the moon cast its silvery glow over Coral Castle, Edward labored on, the clinking of his tools the only sound in the still Floridian night. Around him the community lay asleep, unaware that within their midst a castle born of heartbreak and mystery was taking shape, stone by monumental stone. In November 1951, Edward Leedskalnin's health took a turn for the worse, prompting him to hang a sign at the Coral Castle entrance that read, "Going to the hospital," before he journeyed to Jackson Memorial Hospital in Miami by bus. During this time, Edward experienced a stroke, though it remains unclear whether this occurred en route to the hospital or after his arrival. Sadly, after a 28-day battle, Edward succumbed to pyelonephritis, a severe kidney infection, at 64 years old. The official cause of death listed on his certificate was uremia, indicating kidney failure due to the infection and resulting abscess. After his death, upon examining Edward Leedskalnin's estate, investigators discovered $3,500, which adjusts to approximately $39,460 in today's currency, among his possessions. Leedskalnin's livelihood was derived from a mix of activities, including guiding visitors through the castle, selling booklets on a variety of topics like magnetic currents, and from a transaction involving a slice of his 10-acre land for the expansion of U.S. Route 1. With no will in place, ownership of the castle defaulted to his nearest kin in America, a nephew named Harry from Michigan. The narrative takes a twist on the Coral Castle website, which mentions that due to the nephew's failing health, he sold the estate to a family from Illinois in 1953. This account, however, diverges from the details in the obituary of Julius Levin, a former owner of Coral Castle and a retired jeweler from Chicago. Levin's obituary suggests he acquired the land directly from the state of Florida in 1952, possibly unaware of the castle's existence on the property at the time. The new proprietors transformed the site into a tourist destination, renaming it from Rock Gate to Rockgate Park and eventually to Coral Castle. In a significant transaction in January 1981, Levin transferred ownership of the castle to Coral Castle Inc. for $175,000. An amount that corresponds to about $563,000 today. This company continues to manage the property to this day. By 1984, the site gained recognition on the National Register of Historic Places. Initially listed as Rock Gate before the designation was officially changed to Coral Castle in 2011. Coral Castle stands today as a monument to the indomitable human spirit, a tourist attraction that beckons visitors from around the globe. They come in search of answers, only to leave with more questions. Was it love, obsession, or something beyond our understanding that drove Edward Leedskalnin to create this wonder? Perhaps the true magic of Coral Castle lies not in how it was built, but in why. In the heart of this stone fortress lies a story of love lost, a testament to the lengths to which one man went to immortalize his unrequited love. Coral Castle remains, whispering tales of mystery, inviting us to wonder and leaving us in awe of the mysteries that one man can create. We're eager to hear your thoughts on the magic of the Coral Castle. How do you think Edward Leedskalnin built his stone monument of love? Share your insights in the comments below, and let's continue the dialogue after dinner. For our main course tonight, we present the curious tale of Berringer's Lying Stones. It's a story from the 16th century that involves deception, a touch of arrogance, and the blurred lines between science and belief. It is also natural history's earliest recorded prank. Johann Berringer was no ordinary figure. Born in 1667 to a German physician, he held multiple esteemed positions during his career, including Dean of the Faculty of Medicine at the University of Würzburg. But Berringer had a peculiar passion: the study of rocks and fossils. During Berringer's time, the origins of fossils was still unknown. Many people had put forth theories as to what fossils were: remnants from advanced civilization, carvings from prehistoric pagans, even messages from God. But Johann Berringer was determined to solve the mystery. Early in his career, Berringer had a rapid rise in success at the university, and had gained a reputation as a dedicated and exceptional scholar. Along with that success and acknowledgement came jealousy and resentment from some of his colleagues, for Berringer had also acquired a reputation for being single-minded in his focus and arrogant in his academic abilities. But soon that confidence in his own ability would be used against him. Berringer was about to become the unwitting victim of an elaborate prank. Enter a trio of mischievous and calculating colleagues: J. Ignaz Roderick, professor of geography, algebra, and analysis at the university; George von Eckhart, the university librarian; and one of the young assistants hired by Berringer, 17-year-old Christian Zanger. The three decided to teach Berringer a lesson because they felt Berringer was arrogant and despised them all. In 1725, Berringer enlisted the help of young assistants to scour areas near Mount Eibelstadt for unusual rocks. This was a regular practice for him, and colleagues and students alike were very aware of the work Berringer was doing, so it was quite easy for them to ingratiate themselves into his work. Christian Zanger with two other assistants were hired as a dig team to search for the fossils. With Christian now on the team, the final piece of the hoax was in place, and the fraud got underway. Roderick carved limestone pieces into fictitious animals, shapes, and symbols. Then Zanger would strategically plant them where Berringer and his assistants frequently searched for fossils. The hoax worked. Berringer's excitement grew as his team discovered these fossils and was continuously amazed at the discoveries. The carvings were detailed and intricate and included lizards, spiders in their web, ancient plant life, salamanders, and birds. Some of the fossils even bore the name of God in Hebrew, Latin, or Greek, suggesting the accuracy of biblical history. He published his findings in a book in 1726, believing he had made groundbreaking discoveries. When Berringer announced the publication of his book, Eckhart and Roderick began spreading rumors about the authenticity of the fossils, claiming they were fakes. Berringer accepted that the two may have planted some of the fossils, but he believed they were jealous, and they did so in order to dissuade him from publishing and making a brilliant scientific discovery. So he chalked up the rumors to bitter grapes and published his findings. But soon after his book was published, Berringer began to find fossils with his own name carved into them. It was only then that he accepted the fact that he had fallen victim to a hoax. Outraged, Berringer took the perpetrators to court and won the case. However, the victory came at a heavy cost. His reputation was forever tarnished. Court transcripts reveal the pranksters aimed to discredit Berringer by creating and planting 2,000 fake fossils because, as they claimed, he was arrogant with an attitude towards them. Despite the verdict of the court and the punishment of Roderick and Eckhart, some continued to suggest Berringer might have orchestrated the hoax himself. Was this yet another layer of mystery to the story, or just another batch of bitter grapes to swallow? Either way, The tale of Berringer's lying stones stands today as a cautionary story about the thin line between genuine scientific inquiry and the deceptive allure of arrogance. And for those interested, the carved stones, known as Lugenstein or lying stones, have survived through time, with some of the fake fossils on display at the Oxford University Museum and Taylor's Museum in the Netherlands. We'd love to know what you think. How do you think you'd respond if you had been the victim of this prank? Would you rise above and soar? Or would you sink like a stone? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and while you're there, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Our third and final story for the evening is a haunting tale about a case of gold fever that led to the murders of 11 people in the middle of the night. So pour some coffee, grab some dessert, and join us as we look to the days of the California Gold Rush and explore a historic murder. Nestled along the scenic Highway 101 in California, the venerable Mission San Miguel stands as a living chronicle of California's march towards statehood. Erected by the Franciscan Order in 1797, this mission was more than a mere edifice. It was the embodiment of the Roman Catholic Church and its zeal to disseminate Catholicism amongst the substantial native population. Yet the tides of history would soon sweep through these sacred halls. In 1834, the then Mexican governor of Alta California, Pio Pico, issued a decree that would alter the mission's destiny. The Franciscan friars were expelled, and the missions, including San Miguel, were secularized. The lands, once under the church's stewardship, were handed back to the native communities. It was during this tumultuous period that William Reed, an astute businessman, saw opportunity amidst upheaval. For a modest sum of $250, he acquired the Mission San Miguel. Reed's entrepreneurial spirit was ignited by the gold rush, a fever that had ensnared the state. Transforming the mission into a haven for gold seekers, he established a bed and breakfast, accepting only gold as payment. This shrewd policy quickly lined Reed's pockets with a considerable fortune, rumored to be worth around $200,000 at the time and concealed somewhere within the mission's grounds. The fateful night of December 4th, 1848, marked a dark chapter in the mission's history. 6 men, weary from their travels, sought refuge within its walls. In exchange for lodging, they presented Reed with 30 ounces of gold, valued at $7 per ounce. Unbeknownst to Reed, these men were not the prospectors they claimed to be, but were, in fact, marauders and thieves with nefarious intentions. As the evening wore on, Reed, perhaps emboldened by the wine or the company, began to boast about his accumulated wealth, unwittingly sealing his own fate. The tales of hidden gold proved irresistible to the band of criminals. They departed the next morning only to return under the cloak of night, driven by greed. The serene ambiance of the mission was shattered on the night of December 5th. As the fire dimmed, the 6 men unleashed a torrent of violence. Reed was brutally attacked, his life extinguished by axe and knife. The assailants then embarked on a merciless spree, their brutality sparing no one. Reed's pregnant wife, their children, their in-laws, servants, and unsuspecting travelers all fell victim to their savagery. The sanctity of the mission was desecrated, its halls echoing with the cries of the slain, their bodies callously discarded in the carpenter's shop. The dawn bore witness to the thieves' departure, laden with stolen goods and the blood of the innocent, but no hidden gold. Thankfully, their flight from justice was short-lived. Within 5 days, a posse fueled by retribution apprehended them near Santa Barbara. Confrontation ensued. Desperation led one to jump into the sea's embrace, where he met a watery grave. Another fell to the posse's gunfire, while 3 were ensnared by the arms of justice. The 6th, a teenage Native American boy, became a specter in the night and vanished without a trace. The captured confessed to their heinous acts and were swiftly sentenced to meet their end before a firing squad on December 28, 1848. The mission, haunted by the spirits of its tragic past, was eventually returned to the Catholic Church in 1859. Legends whisper of Reed's gold still hidden, and of ghosts like Mr. Reed in his blue peacoat or Mrs. Reed in her white dress, restless souls seeking peace from their communal grave. Today, as the Mission San Miguel stands sentinel along Highway 101, it serves not only as a beacon of history and faith, but also as a somber reminder of the fragility of human life and the depths of human depravity. Within its walls lies the tale of the Reed family, a narrative etched in the annals of California's storied past, a poignant testament to the enduring quest for justice and the inextinguishable spirit of community. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the Mission San Miguel murders. What do you think happened to the gold? Did the church find it and secrete it away? Could it still be on site at the mission? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and let's find this treasure. And with that, my friends, our stories have come to an end. I hope you've enjoyed these chronicles this evening. It's not often you hear tales of a stone castle built by magic, a mean-spirited and brazen 16th century prank, and the act of a group murder during the gold rush days, all in one evening. But that's what we did. If you enjoyed yourself, please subscribe and like. We hope you join us again next time. Until then, my friends, may your gatherings be rich with compelling stories and eclectic knowledge. Good night.